Hey, Jimmy with Cuff and Stuff. Well, today we've got something unusual. We're doing jalapeno lamb poppers. Now, this is something that I have not seen yet. I decided, hey, let's try this. And oh man, it turns out so good. So hang around and we'll get this cranked off. So hang tight. Okay, well, to start with, we've got 2 pounds of ground lamb that we're going to throw on the griddle, and we're going to break it up here. All right. So, let's start the seasoning. 2 things I'm going to put on this lamb. One of them is a rosemary and garlic. Rosemary and garlic. It's good stuff. And goes very well with lamb. So, let's see here. Let's get the big one going. There you go. Alright. Oh, and I can smell it too. I can smell the garlic in it too. This is just off the grocery store mix. And the only other thing that I'm going to put on it, and I know you've seen me use it, I can't not use some. This is South Texas Red. You know, if I can find a way to get South Texas Red in it, it's going on the meat. And I just feel like this is probably gonna be perfect with this. Ought to be anyway. We're gonna see. The aroma that's coming up off of this griddle. I mean, all right. Well, let's get this browned up good. When we do, I'll bring you back. Okay, you see we got this browned. Now, in case I didn't say before, you don't have to use a griddle like this. You can brown in an iron skillet. But I always say I like the cast iron flavor you get off the griddle and also off of cast iron skillets. It just does something. I've never been able to put it into words, but I promise you I can taste the difference between cooking in stainless steel and cooking on cast iron. Now I want to get all of this juices and leftover seasoning. I want to get it in this meat. All right, I'm gonna let this sit out for probably 30 minutes or so. I'm gonna let this cool off, and then I'm gonna mix up my filling for my peppers. So when I get to that point, I'll bring you back. Okay, well, this is Philadelphia cream cheese, and I prefer this brand over the others. And it's not just because I've got a friend that's from Philadelphia, although that doesn't hurt, I guess. But let's see if I can get this cream cheese open. There we go. And I'm gonna dump the whole block in the top of this, just like that. I'm also going to take this container. This is an 8-ounce container. I'm going to put about half of it to start with, and then we'll see from there. I'm sort of looking for a consistency when I do this. Always stir it up just a little bit. But let's take about half. And let's start to break this up and mix all this together. And this, I've let this cool off for a little bit. It's still a little warm, and that's okay. That'll help mix the cream cheese and the lamb together. My cream cheese is still a little, it's been out of the refrigerator for a little while, but it hadn't really thawed out good yet. Let's get it out of the whisk here. See if we can mix it in good. Again, that's 2 pounds of lamb. That's a lot. That's a lot of lamb. That's all right. Used to didn't like lamb. I have developed a taste. All right, let's see. Yeah, that's gonna look about right. All right, let's let this sit. And you see it's fairly thick, but it's starting to get a little bit creamy. But I also don't want it runny. I want it thick enough so when I start loading the peppers and whatnot, that it'll stay formed. All right, so that's our mixture with our lamb. Okay, so as you see, we have some jalapeno peppers, and we've got some red, orange, and yellow bell peppers. See, this is all I'm doing. I have cut the end off of the stem end, off of the jalapenos. Then I've cut them in half, long ways. And first, I'm going to take and fill these up with this filling. Fill with the filling. That makes sense, doesn't it? All right. I've got a bunch of them to do. So this is step one. Fill these up. Let me get those done and I'll bring you back. Okay, well, we got all those stuffed, and we're gonna, our bacon strips are gonna be way too long, but we're gonna attempt. I'm not the world's best at this, but we're gonna wrap these up. I'm gonna start laying them over here as I get wrapped up, and I'm not using a toothpick, because if you do this just right, it'll stay wrapped up, especially if that last one stays up there like that. All right, well, you don't need to watch me wrap up jalapenos, So let me get these wrapped up. Go round and around and around, bind them, and then we're gonna go over to the grill with them. So once I get this done, I'll bring you back. Okay, well, we've got them wrapped in bacon. It's time to take them over to the grill and get started. All right, well, let's load this grill up. This is a bunch of poppers here going on this little Weber. These are gonna be so good. There's a fair amount of prep work that goes into this, but they are so worth it. And you can get a bunch of them on your grill. All right, there we go. The poppers are on. So I'm gonna put the top on it, shut it down about halfway, and let's let that bacon cook. And we'll bring you back. Okay, well, let's check and see what we got here. Oh yeah, I think that these ought to be ready to come off. Let's take the big peppers off first. Those are done. And it looks like the bacon's done too. Oh yeah. See if we can get these off. All right. There we go. Got these poppers on. Okay, well, as you can see, the blisters have shown up, the work's all done, and so they're gonna show up and let you know whether it's fit to eat or not. So let's try these poppers. This is my favorite part, but you guys are getting the benefit from it. Is that lamb?
That'll work.
That'll do?
That'll work.
Okay, well, there you go. The blisters love it. Yeah, you can have another one. All right, well, thanks for sticking around. We appreciate you watching. Until next time, hang tight.